Top stories at the Sawa: uncertainty around Mutharika's whereabouts and a fatal accident on the N3 in the KZN. Good morning. With the news at 9 o'clock, I'm Lulu Gabu. Johannesburg's Mill Park Clinic is refusing to comment on reports that ailing Malawian President Bingu wa Mutharika has been taken there. Mill Park is rated as one of the top hospitals in Africa. Mutharika was earlier reported to be in Johannesburg's Garden City Clinic not far away. He suffered a heart attack and collapsed in his office in the Malawian capital, Lilongwe, yesterday. He was then flown to South Africa for specialist treatment. Vice President Joyce Banda would take over from Mutharika under Malawi's constitution. Traffic's heavily congested on the N1 near Polokwane and on the Polokwane-Muria Road this morning as buses continue to ferry pilgrims to the Easter pilgrimage in Limpopo province. Traffic has also backed up at road construction sites between Zanin and Muria. Authorities are urging motorists to drive with caution. Traffic volumes are also increasing on other national routes as holidaymakers head for their destinations. 2 people have been killed instantly in an accident on the N3 near Camperdown, west of Pietermaritzburg. KwaZulu-Natal Road Traffic Inspectorate spokesperson Zinhle Mgomezulu has the details.
2 people died and 3 others were seriously injured in a rear-end collision between a truck and their car. It is alleged the driver of the Toyota Test was proceeding towards Durban from Joburg, and he realized that he got lost and he tried to go back to the freeway. That's when he rear-ended a stationary truck which was broken down on the freeway.
The Western Cape Education Department says an environmental impact assessment shows that a tract of land earmarked for the construction of temporary structures to alleviate overcrowding at the Umyezo Combined School in Grabo is suitable. Residents say the land forms part of a wetland and is not suitable for schooling. Violent protests erupted last month as communities demanded a new school. Departmental spokesperson Paddy Atwell.
That EIA has been done and it has identified which parts of the site are a wetland. What the land management officials have done have provided us with a plan of how we can build on a portion of the site that is not a wetland. So in fact we're not building the school on a wetland. And the contractors will in fact build a fence on that setback so that the development does not encroach on the wetland. So we're not touching the wetland at all.
And moving on to international news, today marks the 20th anniversary of the start of the civil war in Bosnia, the conflict that witnessed the worst atrocities in Europe since the Second World War. More than 100,000 people died in the fighting, and nearly half the Bosnian population were forced from their homes. The BBC's Peter Biles looks at the legacy of the conflict.
In Sarajevo and across Bosnia, some of the physical scars have healed after 20 years. Many buildings have been restored. But the memories of what happened are still painful, and the ethnic differences never far from the surface. The European Union's Special Representative to Bosnia, Peter Sorensen, says that during the war, trust and relations between people were simply destroyed. All of this, he says, can never be forgotten or wiped away.
And finally, the Italian government has officially launched a 800 million rand project to help preserve one of the world's greatest archaeological treasures, the ruins of Pompeii. There's been growing concern at the state of the site as the BBC's Alan Johnston reports from Rome.
Pompeii, the Roman town buried 2,000 years ago in a volcanic eruption, is an extraordinarily valuable site. But for years it's been in a sad state of deterioration. A number of structures have been allowed to collapse or crumble away. Part of the House of the Gladiators fell down 18 months ago, and the government's decided that this can't go on. The Prime Minister, Mario Monti, has personally launched a major investment plan called the Grand Pompeii Project.